Japan Dyno, the best of Japan to you.
Howdy, this is Andy of Japan Dyno, and I have for you an HKS super sequential blow-off valve made by the HKS company here in Japan. HKS, a famous tuning and performance company. The HKS super sequential blow-off valve is a diaphragm type blow-off valve. And a universal valve, has a adjustment and tensioning for the spring in the back here. The valve here is on a flange, a vehicle-specific flange for the Nissan Skylines. So the Skyline flange, R32, R33, R34 Skyline flange, and the valve itself, a universal blow-off valve. Diaphragm type, diaphragm in the center area here. The diaphragm is pushed on by the boost pressure from below and pulled on by the intermanifold vacuum connected to the little nipple here. The valve moves in little sequential movements against the resistance of the spring in this area here, the spring housing, spring tension by the bolt and locking nut. So an adjustable type blow-off valve. The fluttering, the sequential movements of the diaphragm pull on a small piston which connects through the unit to the front here to the trumpet, and when the piston moves back and forth, it allows the boost to squeeze out of the front here, creating that very distinctive sequential HKS blow-off sound. We'll go through to some further photos. So as you can see, lots of little marks and scratches on the valve, but in fully 100% working condition. Marks, some corrosion, and other marks around the valve, which is very common, but in great working condition. This is the flange for the Skyline. Bolts on the stock position for the blow-off valve. The nipple here that returns the inner manifold, spring housing, piston housing, the diaphragm in the center here. So 100% working condition HKS super sequential blow-off valve. Back of the valve, this is the spring housing here, again with the nipple that goes to the inner manifold and the spring tensioning bolt and locking nut. And finally, the front of the unit, and we see the purple color, although we couldn't quite make it out in our studio photo. We have our old camera shot, camera phone shot. It gives us a bit of better color on the front there. You can see the very distinctive purple color of the HKS super sequential piston, and it's this piston which the boost squeezes around and makes that very distinctive sound. This valve fitted with this little front piece here, but the standard valve is this little valve in the back there. So the HKS super sequential blow-off valve, made in Japan, from Japan. Thank you.
In order to serve you better, we have our website at www.japandyno.com, as well as our blog, the Japan Dyno Daily Fix, where we feature items of special interest. Look forward to seeing you there.